one away, and the 1-2 pitch. Line shot into left. Wimmer easily scores. Eister gonna turn on the Jets from second base, and the Gamecocks have opened it up. They lead 4-1 over George Washington. Cleanup hitter at the plate, and Anthony Hausner. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the 2-2. Grounded left side. Miller backhands, throws. Oh my goodness. A defensive gem helps East Tennessee State escape the jam. Cooper Torres at the dish. One of the top hitters in all of mid-major baseball. Skies this one. Deep left center field. Look up. It is gone. The Southern Conference leader in homers bashes his 22nd of the year. And East Tennessee State is on the board with a 2-run shot. Noah Hall looks for his 3rd strikeout in the frame. And he finds it. A beautiful pitch from Noah Hall as he strikes out the side. South Carolina leads 7-2 as it's time to stretch here in Columbia. Cranford, a .255 hitter on the season. A 1-0 offering from Hutchins. Sliced through the left side. Down the line, it takes a hard bounce off the wall in the corner. Cranford on his high horse, kicking in turbo mode. He gets all the way around to third with a 1-out triple. As the great Ernie Banks would say, let's play 2. And it's a beautiful day for a doubleheader in the capital city as South Carolina welcomes George Washington to Columbia. Number 1, Cade Crenshaw, alongside former South Carolina All-American Drew Meyer. And Drew, let's start with the Colonials, a group still looking for their first win on the season, but it seemed like in yesterday's loss, they finally found some offensive spark. 2 teams chasing a championship in the final week of the regular season. It's game 2 of a weekend series between East Tennessee State and the Citadel here in Charleston as we have Southern Conference Baseball on ESPN+. Everyone, Cade Crenshaw with you alongside Jack DeLongshot and Ryan Ellardy. Jack, there's nothing better than high-stakes baseball, but it already feels like the postseason has already arrived.
Come on, Sonny.
We make our way into the 8th from Founders Park in Columbia, South Carolina, and it's the top-ranked Texas Longhorns leading the Gamecocks 7-5. First pitch from Aiden Hunter in the 8th to the top of the order, and Douglas Hodo the 3rd as ball 1. Hodo today has been very successful in that leadoff spot and doing what leadoff hitters should do, and that's finding a way on the base paths. A pair of singles to go with a walk, but capped off and highlighted by a 2 RBI triple back in the 2nd inning. Longhorns set to make their way through the order for the 5th time today. Check swing, pulls him around. 2 balls, 1 strike from the true freshman out of Summerville, South Carolina. Ground ball to the right side, not fielded cleanly by Seitler. The throw over, not in time. A tough play on what was a pretty hard-hit ball from Hodo.
Yeah, hard-hit ball there, but Seitler did his job, kept his feet in front of it, and really just looked like he lackadaisically went over there to get the ball as if he had plenty of time. But there, the big key is the pitcher, Hunter, needs to be able to beat that the base runner to the bag a little bit better. If he could have gotten there and set up as a first baseman, I think you'd have seen a lot easier play for the Gamecocks.
A little PFP, pitcher fielding practice, maybe on the docket. 1 on, no outs for Eric Kennedy. He squared up to bunt, couldn't connect for strike 1.
And again, I know Hodo's the leadoff guy. He's got some speed, obviously, but Hunter's a good athlete. He should have been able to get over there and beat him and become a first baseman, set up and try to get that instead of being a play where you have to catch it on the run and being able to stretch out, and you know that's going to be a close play off the bat.
Kennedy 1 for 3 this afternoon. Base hit and a walk for him. redshirt junior out of Tampa, Florida. Coming from a whole family of Longhorns, though, his older brothers Ben and Nick both played for Texas earlier on in the 2010s. 1-1 pitch, skied high in the air. Madden going to come over from third. Sprinting on the swing was Hodo. He quickly had to get back to the bag to avoid the double play.
Yeah, Texas trying to manufacture one there, a hit and run called, and actually a good job there by Kennedy putting the bat on the ball, unfortunately up in the air. Big first out of the inning for Hunter as he needs to try to put up another 0 again to keep these Gamecock fans alive and keep the team in the game.
South Carolina pitching coach Justin Parker makes his way out on the mound to meet with Hunter. There is some activity in the Gamecocks bullpen, but I think this may just be more of a conversation, not necessarily a change. And if you're Hunter right here, you're in a good spot. You've pitched well against Texas. You've given up a total of 3 base hits, but overall, Aiden Hunter's looked really good as a true freshman against one of the top teams in the country.
Yeah, he has. He's put up some big-time zeros and kept the South Carolina Gamecocks in this game, and I think Justin Parker just wants to talk to him about how to go about pitching to this really, really good Melendez kid, and again, just try to manage the game and put up a 0 and get your offense a chance to come back in this one.
Really, really good might be an understatement for Ivan Melendez. Power hitter for Texas is going to absolutely wreak havoc on any opponent this season. Just here today, a 2-run homer back in the first, his 5th long ball of the year, an 11th extra base hit. First time, though, he meets Hunter. First pitch, swing and miss. One on, one down. The 0-1 rocked down the line, but foul. Seven runs on 13 hits today for Texas. I mentioned a little bit earlier the majority of their runs have come off of just 2 swings. Homers from Melendez and Trey Faltini. But outside of that, the Longhorns have pieced together a pretty good offensive day, but kudos to the Gamecock pitching staff between Noah Hall and Aiden Hunter. They've also stranded those runners. 0-2. Down and away for ball 1. Meanwhile, for South Carolina, 5 runs on 11 hits. 2 errors that have cost them some positioning for Texas. Did cost them 1 run. As the Longhorns lead it by a pair in the top of the 8th. Hunter, the 1-2 to Melendez. Inside, a little bit elevated for ball 2.
Good pitch there by Hunter. Goes with the sinker and out about waist high there. I'd go right back in there if I'm Hunter.
Melendez tipping it foul. Stay alive on 2 strikes.
That pitch was down, but over the middle a little bit. Only way Melendez was able to get a piece of it there. If that ball sinks and runs in as well to the inside part of the plate, he probably swings over the top of it or either beats it in a 5-4-3 opportunity.
Two-two pitch. Hit high in the air. 2 home runs today for Ivan Melendez. My goodness, he just can't be stopped. And Texas takes a 9-5 lead. And just like his first one, Kip, in the first inning, Here in the 8th, Melendez crushes this ball, and he knew it. Check out that bat flip.
Yeah, it's a bomb there. He did a really good job of getting that pitch. That pitch just caught too much of the middle of the plate. Really disappointing there for Hunter because he has pitched really, really well, keeping South Carolina in this game, and needs to try to stop the bleeding here. South Carolina still with 2 cracks at it.
Silas Ardwan at the dish. The Longhorns catcher 1 of 4 today. The base hit back in the 6th. That's now the 2nd game just this week. Melendez has driven in 4 runs. You look back in the Tuesday game against Texas State, drove in 4. This time as Ardwan is dinged. You heard that one. And you can tell he's not happy.
No, I'm not quite sure what he's looking at Hunter for, if he's thinking that that was on purpose. That's just a little bit of maybe an immature decision there by him, but you don't want to wake up these Gamecocks. They're definitely scuffling, but South Carolina, I'm a little surprised the dugout didn't have a little bit bigger reaction there.
Aiden Hunter's day is going to be done after that. Justin Parker making his 2nd call to the bullpen today. Ivan Melendez caps it off with a 2-run homer, his 2nd shot today, and pushes the Texas lead to 9-5. Meanwhile, the Gamecocks will call on Cade Austin.